Hello everyone, this is Ray at Drop of Golden Tarot, and I have another unboxing for you. I spent a lot of time on Kickstarter last year and the beginning of this year, and these packages are finally starting to arrive. I guess the other side has packing information on it, so let me just customs. So I am here in, I guess there's nothing here that you can't see. I'm in the US, and this came from the UK. And let me, okay. So, here we go. So this was a Kickstarter at the beginning of this year, so they must have already had these like pre-printed or had it all set up and ready to print and had all the proofs and everything, because this came very quickly. So they've used just one of their art cards that they sliced so that the tape wouldn't get on anything that was part of the package. I actually have this art card from them, like the whole print, from a different deck from the Arboretum when I purchased that from their Etsy shop. 4 Covens Witches Oracle playing cards. And so a new coaster. And I have their Arboretum coaster that I keep here on my desk for my Pepsi. And this is the cloth in order to play the game. For this deck, they have created a game that you can play with it. Let's see what else I have here. And so the cloth was an add-on item I purchased. The bookmark was like a stretch goal freebie. And same with the artwork. So this is not Matlock. I'm not sure what this character's name is. I don't have the white hair oracle. And this is Welcome to a Magical World. So I'm not sure what's in this one. I did get a couple add-on items. Is this? This may be the white hair deck. I may have added it on, or did I add on a book? I can't. Oh no, this is the Oracle guidebook. Oh, the guidebook that goes with it. Okay, and that's a nice rose petal finish soft cover, and that is a chunky book. It almost looks like it's color coded for me already. I do color code my guidebooks. So there's that. And then the actual playing card deck. Gosh, I almost don't want to rip that. It's such lovely tissue paper. I know that's silly. So when I was a kid, sorry about hitting that. When I was a kid and we unwrapped our presents at Christmas time, we were super careful. And we would unwrap them like this. And then we would hand all the wrapping paper to my parents, and they would nicely fold it and put it in a pile so it could be reused the following year. So how many of you did that? Had to reuse your wrapping paper year after year? So we have a hard box. It doesn't have thumb cutouts, but it doesn't really need it. It's just sliding right out, so you would have to be careful carrying that. Slides right out. Let me get rid of this box that everything came in. It's kind of in the way. Okay. And we'll put the cloth back down so it can lay down flat. And am I still in the viewfinder? It looks like I am. Okay, if I put the cloth in the viewfinder, then I know that I will be in the viewfinder with everything that we have. Okay. And so this is the deck, the backs. I don't have a playing card deck with me to compare this size to. Let's see, if I compare it to just like a normal tarot size, here's what we have. And then if I compare it to, I have a Lenormand deck here. I have my Rustic Roots Lenormand kind of here. So slightly larger than a Lenormand deck. So I'm thinking, either I've just gotten so used to tarot and oracle cards being so large, but I'm thinking this is slightly smaller than a playing card deck, but it's been a long time since I've played with a deck of cards, so it may, long time since I've played with a full deck. So I might be wrong on that. So we have Cauldron, Aces of Cauldron. Here, let me put them down. And because this is a plain, so there are keywords for the oracle portion of the deck. We are Pippish for the playing card style. And then let's look at what this is. So we have, well, familiar. So instead of a jack, we have a familiar. And then we have a seer. And then a priestess. So instead of jack, queen, king, we have familiar, seer, and priestess in this deck. So we have the cauldrons, and now we have the crooked hats. And then on each of these we have names of characters from the books on our court cards. Okay, and then we have the lid sisters, and they look like brooms. And then we have the earth weavers, and they look like wands. And I was reading a Facebook post on somebody in one of the groups that I belong to that already has this deck. And they said they went to do an oracle reading and got the Joker card. Right here's a Joker. and found in the Oracle it doesn't really have a meaning written down. So I'll be interested to see. They have 2 Joker cards and then the Hex card. And the Hex card is for the game that goes with the deck. And then we just have the extra advertisement, information, however you want to call it. So let's see if we can kind of get an idea. So, okay, here we go. You might know them as spades, clubs, diamonds, and hearts. So I'm just trying to decide which ones are which. I don't know which are supposed to be which. I thought maybe it was going to tell me which suit was supposed to be spades and which one hearts. And that would kind of let me know how I could read it if I wanted to read it as a divination deck rather than an oracle deck, like you read playing cards. I don't do that. That's not something I have gotten into. But let's see. Okay, here's more about the deck. Talks about the picture cards. And I'm still not, I'll probably have to look through it a little bit more to see if I can find that. I was gonna find, well, let's just, since the person that I am connected with on Facebook said there's no oracle meaning for the jokers, we'll leave those out. We're just going to give these a couple of quick shuffles. And we'll pull a card. And so they shuffle really nice, just like playing cards would. Oh, I say that. That happens every time I say that. I mess it up. That's me, folks, not the cards. Okay. So we will pick a card and read it as an oracle card and see what it has to say. Oh, there we go. So we have the Priestess of that's not the crooked hats. Let's see. It is the curving lids. I believe. So this is Judgment, Madura. And it says, so at last Esma finally flies to a great temple set mountain high, built from iron, glass, and finest sculpted stone, and inside upon an exquisitely fashioned Bidnap throne sits Madura, high priestess of Bidnap's sisterhood. Makers of all things forged in metal and wood, resplendent in her sacred robe and hat, she beckons Esma forward and demands that she recalls all 12 lessons she has learned before the rite of honoree, Bidnap can be earned. So, Judgment. So the Judgment card. Good Priestess Esma begins, bowing her head. By one of your sisters, I was first led to a rusty-aged cauldron, the first she had made, honoring how the seeds of perfection were laid. Second, I saw how hammer, spike brought duality, while mother, maiden, and crone were lesson number 3. 4 was a sickle, a forged pentacle drew to 5, while 6 was the amount of me that keeps me alive. 7 saw me taken to hear harmony from a tree, while lesson 8 taught me how to balance perfectly. An eclipse was summoned for lesson number 9, and time would defeat 10, cauldrons stacked in a line. Oliver said to look beyond to discover lasting trust, while Adelphus showed me the goodness in all of us. These 12 things I have been shown and taught, and now to you I have finally been brought. Medura rises from her throne, asking Esme to kneel. We Bidnap make connections from all that is real, forging unbreakable bonds wherever we are, within the coven together or scattered afar. And this too will now become your own Bidnap bond. I raise you to our sisterhood with this honorary wand. Esma takes the wand, remembering all she has seen and heard, knowing she would now make this bond her very word. Of the many things we can make in our lives, universal bonds of love forged within friendship, family, loyalty, truth, goodness, and respect can never be broken. So that is the 13 steps to the Bidnap Coven in Winchett Dale. So Medura as a high priestess, passing judgment on whether the lessons have been learned that allow you to come fully into the sisterhood. So with that, I'm going to take for that card the idea of looking for ourselves. If we have learned the lessons that we need to learn, are we paying attention to the things that we are being taught, and are we taking them in and internalizing them for ourselves so that we can grow and become better? So there is my oracle reading for the Priestess of the Curving Lids, Bidnaps, and yeah, this has been Ray at Drop of Golden Tarot, and thanks for coming along to see the unboxing of the 4 Covens Oracle and Playing Card Deck by Phil and Jacqui Lovesey. And I think I have everything in here. And stay safe and have fun, and not necessarily in that order. Bye-bye.